You know how everybody says there's a price to everything, and you just gotta name it? How much money would it take for you to suck a dick? And people say, well, maybe, not that much money, $10,000, maybe $100,000. Other people, it's like, no, you can't name a price. But if I said $1 billion for you to suck a dick, you might do it. Today, we're talking about Suno AI, and it's because I've been seeing an influx of a lot more music AI content, and it's been getting a little scarier recently. Mostly because some really great musicians and artists have started to strike deals with these AI companies to promote their stuff, and not only that, the most dangerous aspect, training their database with their own music. The two most prominent musician figures that have been promoting this stuff as of recent is Timbaland and Mohini Day. And they have been getting their backs blown out, reasonably so, because they are the example of what selling your soul looks like as a musician. I feel like I shouldn't have to explain this, but for the sake of the video, I feel like AI and art have never ever been in agreement. They're like oil and water. They just can never mix. And I'm gonna be the first one to say it, as a musician, I never thought AI would be capable of making music that I couldn't detect whether or not it was a real person or a robot. But now we've gotten to that point, and now I apologize to all my visual artists friends I made fun of, because now I get to face the same amount of fear that you guys faced for a few years. These two artists have demonstrated to the music community exactly what it means to sell your soul. To have the CEOs siphon up your soul in exchange for some silver coins. And what worries me is that more musicians will be doing this because AI has so much money. If an AI company came to one of you guys who make music and they said, let me throw you a bag and you just gotta promote my stuff and you gotta let me use your database of music to train my AI model on, you guys might take that money. If they throw 100 bands at you, you might take that money. And I would still blame you, and I would still tell you that you are indeed selling your soul, because as an artist, you're doing irreparable damage to the music community. I don't feel like I even need to explain why that's the case. You guys should know why. There's job scarcity already, not just in music. There's job scarcity everywhere. It just happens to be that music has always been in this weird limbo of no jobs for most artists. There's already an oversaturation of people who want to make art, who want to make money doing music, and now we want to throw in a music generative program into the mix. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, why are we doing that? Why are we trying to promote that? It just doesn't really make too much sense to me. If Suno AI today came to me and they said, David, let me throw you a bag. Let me throw you 100 G's, man. All you gotta do, promote my stuff on a story, 100 bands. I can't tell you definitively right now because it's never happened. So I don't know, maybe my mind would change. But right now, I don't think I could do it. I don't think I could ever do it, because that would mean I would have to forfeit being an artist. Point blank, period. There's no going around that. You can't come back from that. And now I'm forfeiting the art component, which is literally everything that I care about, in exchange for some money. If I wanted to make money, if you guys wanted to make money, you guys wouldn't be in the art business. Like, for real, let's be so serious right now. If you guys wanted to make money, let's be an accountant. You know what I'm saying? Let's do something else. Why are we trying to fool ourselves into thinking this is a lucrative business? Do you understand what I'm saying? They have shown us exactly what it means to forfeit being an artist by selling their souls, selling their music to these AI companies, understanding what that means. And the reason why I say that is because, especially in today's day and age, AI music definitely has a chance to thrive because people don't care at the top. Let me be more specific. CEOs, people in power, let's call them pops. The pops, they don't care whether or not the music or the art or whatever is made by a human or robot. They just care about the end result. They never ever paid attention to that one proverb where there's like, it's all about the journey, not the destination. They don't care. They just care about the destination, because to them, it's all about the product and how much profit they can gain. They don't look at art as something that's important to humanity, all this, weird spiritual, freaking philosophical way of thinking about art. They don't care. It's all about a dollar. And it's always been that way for them. So in this world that we're living in, where the pops don't really care whether or not things are made with care or by humans, yes, it gets extremely scary, and you know exactly what you're doing when you start promoting these AI companies. And what will happen eventually is that these CEOs will no longer hire professional musicians, because Number one, it's too expensive. Number two, it's so much cheaper to go to the AI companies and just get something from them. And number three, it's quicker. Now, obviously, I'm hoping that this never happens because AI music is technically just training off of these data sets that they are not permitted to use, and we can get into copyright infringement laws, and I really hope that's what shuts this whole thing down. But let's focus on these artists for a minute. These two musicians are jazz musicians, and that's what makes this even crazier. Because as a jazz musician, what the heck are you doing? Jazz is the antithesis of what AI is. As a jazz musician, you should understand that there's not too many opportunities in the jazz world. The gigging culture is low-key dead. It's like there's no more point in hiring people who know the tradition, who know how to make the music well, who know how to play well, because you can just get a freaking robot to do it. And they can do it well now. That's the sucky part. They can do fusion really well. And what boggles my mind is that Timbaland, Mohini Day, they 100% put 10,000 hours, more than 10,000 hours, like 100,000 hours in their lifetime practicing their instrument because they have a mastery over their instrument. They are extremely talented. They definitely put in the effort to get to the point where they're at. But you got this CEO talking about, I'm creating this platform because I feel like nobody has the time anymore to get good at their instrument, and I just don't think there's much value in mastering your thing. I want music to be more accessible to everybody, and I want everybody to be a master. Bro, just listen to him talk.
It's not really enjoyable to make music now.
Why'd you say that?
It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of practice. You need to get really good at an instrument or really good at a piece of production software. I think the majority of people don't enjoy the majority of the time they spend making music.
Like, he is the total opposite of all your ideologies, and yet you're supporting him. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't make any sense to me. Not only that, you are actively damaging your jazz community and your reputation. You know what this means. Like there's no way they threw you that much money where you thought in your head, it's honestly a return on my investment on my reputation, tarnishing my legacy, compromising my ideologies and my morality. It's worth it because you threw me this much money. There's no way that they threw you that much money to make you support this. There's just no way. These two musicians in particular are doing very well in the scope of what the art world is. And look, and even though these scummy pops don't care whether or not something is made with effort or is made by a human, you know who does care? The general populace. And I've been reminded of that every single day when I see musicians talking about this subject, when I see artists talking about this subject, when I see the general public getting mad about AI art being used. And that gives me hope. So to all you guys out there, don't lose hope. Keep posting your stuff because it's important to you. And I'm sure there's people out there that find your work meaningful as well. This one was kind of long-winded, but I really wanted to talk about this because it's been really upsetting me. So if you enjoy this kind of content, consider subscribing, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.